The pursuit of the world title. It transformed my life, and I've seen it transform the lives of others.
History being made.
An 8-time world champion.
From when I started 35 years ago, I never dreamed that surfing would end up in this place. But the level of surfing today,
Wow, what are we watching? Oh,
couldn't make me more proud to have been a part of it.
Oh my goodness.
10 unique journeys have led to this point. Some have been here before, but never like this.
That's a perfect 10 for JoJo Flores.
Good golly, Miss Molly. Clean, covered, and she is coming out.
Still traveling. Teahupo'o into daylight.
Man, this is women surfing, you know, like we're doing it. Pipeline to the girls.
The athletes, we are different. We are trying to push as high as we can.
History will be made, and legends will be crowned. Let's see who has what it takes.
Welcome to Lower Trestles, surf fans. It's time for the 2024 Lexus WSL Finals.
Match number 1 is into the countdown to kick off in about 5 seconds. It's on. The Lexus WSL Finals, match number 1, 35-minute heat, scored on their top 2. Australia's Molly Picklam already on an answer on this right into the closeout. A fun-looking drifting turn. Tati all alone. Nice smooth start. Clean backhand turn in the pocket. Hits it more off the lip line. Nice tight jam under the lip and a more full rail commitment on the previous snap. Little hung up on the last turn and just whips it into the whitewater.
So yeah, Tatiana just looking feisty on the backhand. Goes up into the lip. That second turn was very strong, very powerful. Backs it up again. And just tradesman-like on the backhand, bread and butter surfing, and does get that little finish there on the inside. So like your point, Rich, this should have been Molly's wave.
Yeah, so look how she squares up off the bottom. This backside approach.
After a few mistakes made, caught behind on a gem of a wave earlier, and now Tati takes control. Real clean rails on that first backhand snap. Shuts it down with a nice clean two-turn combo.
Yeah, it was beautiful surfing from Tati. Obviously using that priority too.
Priority with Picklam. She will use it here. Needs an 8.24. Right-hander is opening up. There's the first turn off the lip. Swings into another rooftop hack. Lays the rail into some clean water with a nice tidy rebound. Whips that wrapping cut back, and this wave's getting really full very quickly on Molly. She'll have to step out. This first match of the Lexus WSL Finals, the number 5 seed on the women's side in this format remains undefeated, and Tatiana Weston Webb will move on to match number 2. Great composure from the Brazilian, getting past Molly Picklam. And now she will face Costa Rica's Brisa Hennessy in match 2. It's Ethan Ewing versus Italo Ferreira. Ethan, the high seed, will kick off this heat with priority. That's a nice reward for finishing higher up than the number 5 seed. But it's such an interesting balance. Ethan, he's the most efficient surfer on tour, doesn't take unnecessary waves. That's fitting right into his game plan, starting off with priority. And then Italo, he'd probably rather not have priority so he can catch anything that's running through this lineup. Italo is a guy that uses them all the time. Ethan sticks to this. Big fin fang to start, blasting the lip again with that cool tempo and pace, and absolutely creases a finish. Italo needs to answer. Off the bottom, big vertical snap. He's flying down the line. Stretches out the float. Cool carve. Right back to the lip again, right on top of Ewing. Not slowing down for anything. Jams it off the top, punches it out again, still whipping it through the pocket. Italo swinging for the fences against Ethan Ewing.
Here we go. Let's have a look at the replay here. So Ethan comes around behind this section, blasts a layback hack to start things off. Beautiful, crisp tail sliding snap to the second, and then hammer time closeout.
And then the contrast with Italo's wave, Jesse.
I mean, I think the difference here, you see how much he moves his board around. There's so much energy, and it's just a jam of a wave, really. Like, he was able to probably get 7 turns on that wave, and every turn was better than the other. Just keeping that energy and the momentum throughout the whole wave. That was beautiful surfing, and what a way to get a second wave, right? Like, that wave just kept giving him, and he applied.
Last wave for Italo didn't factor in. Here goes Ethan looking for a big lead change to keep his season alive. Coming through a couple of nice turns to start with a good pace. Comes down with the lip again. Out in front, nice clean wrapping cutback. Drives through some clean water. Hits it off the lip with a tail slide. Jams it in the pocket again. Nice flow from the Australian. Needing to stay on his feet. Little layback to chip it and finish on his feet. The Ewing camp is erupting. But Italo did get this wave out the back ridge.
Let's have a look. This is the first time we're seeing it. Takes to the air, massive rotation on the backhand. And Italo sticks it, so just the one big giant maneuver, but it was an absolute cracker.
And then Ethan from start to finish, Jesse.
I mean, this is beautiful surfing. He connected that wave as well as you could. The only problem I see in this wave, that was a beautiful carve, but you see how shifty that wave is. It's kind of broken in the beginning. And then right here, it seems like it gets in a better pace. It slows down, and it hits the cobblestone rocks a little better, and then he gets in a good rhythm again. That was a beautiful blowtail. Nice snap right there, and he finishes off strong.
To get into match number 2, judges making their decision. Italo flips it on the last wave, a 7.8, and his hunt for a second world title continues at the Lexus WSL Finals.
Some amazing performances, but Italo just really coming back in this heat after a slower start.
Remember, we're living in the era of the Brazilian Storm. The last 9 world champions, 7 from Brazil, including 5 in the row for the men's side. It's up to Italo to keep that streak alive.
Yep, world champs crowd today. We are in match number 2. Number 3 seed, Brisa Hennessy, coming up against number 5 seed, Tatiana Weston-Webb. But what we've learned is that the seeding doesn't matter. It's about match play. Winner of each match moves on to finally that title match this afternoon to crown a world champ. Good looking right on the way, and it looks like Brisa's going to activate on this one. Opener for Hennessy. Just a quick carve to start. More wall down the line, really hacks that second turn. Hennessy looks this oncoming section, meets it with some power. That was a season 4. Brisa to live action here. Good looking wave for Tatiana Weston-Webb. Couple of hangers on the backhand, make it 3. Fill in the closet there. Tatiana Weston-Webb. Let's see what she got for the finish. Stabs a finish.
Tati takes off on this one. This first section, I mean, the way that she held herself on the bottom, released that tail, huge maneuver choice. And then just lining that wardrobe, like Capo said. It's so fun to see someone when they, like, Tati looks comfortable, she's confident, and she's doing the surfing that she's capable of. And it feels like she's gaining momentum. She won against Molly. Good little finish there.
No. I love this in slow motion, Flick.
Perfect timing. It's precision. It's on point.
I wasn't even in the CT, so it was kind of a bit tricky. Here's Tati.
Yeah, goofy footer galore out in the water. Talk us through this one, Cole.
It's kind of a bit broken up, this swell, but if you can kind of get down the line, this thing's going forever.
Right,
Wow,
so Tatiana Weston-Webb, final snap right there, still going on.
as we go through this one, Flick.
Wow. Talk about going from strength to strength. Beautiful backhand surfing here, drops down into this section. Like Cole mentioned, this wave a little bit disjointed, but her read is really good this morning. She's got a beautiful pace to her surfing. Nothing's looking too rushed. And, I mean, just hammering it down the line. And I think she's going to improve on her backup.
Opens the door here for Brisa Hennessy. Long bottom turn to a big snap for Hennessy. On her way with a huge second turn, 7.6. There's the pink squad for Brisa, Flick. Tatiana Weston Webb comes in as the number 5 seed, and now she's gonna find her spot in match number 3 up against Caroline Marks. Lower Trestles, it's the Lexus WSL Finals, match number 2 in the water for the men. Jack Robinson has got a challenge on his hand in the way of Italo Ferreira.
It looks like Jack might be having a little look here.
Splitting picks, maybe.
Here we go, we're gonna stick with it. Jack Robinson on the right. It was a split peak, so we'll catch up with Italo on the left. Robinson going through the paces here. Nice vertical forehand re-entry. Great rail control there for Jack. Looking smooth. But I hear on the audio from the beach.
Jack on the right, Jesse.
Yeah, that's a beautiful way for Jack. Nice first setup turn, a little hesitated right there, but this is a beautiful carve. You see how, notice how he brings the nose all the way back up. And then once again, vertical, and the wave starts to die out, dissipate the energy, so he can only kind of zigzag and get a few cutbacks in.
As Jack's wave was dying out, he could hear the crowd screaming, and I watched him whip his head over to look what was going on, and you could see that he had to identify that Italo had been going bananas on the left.
Let's have a look from this angle here. You see Jack coming from behind here, just taking some big, deep strokes. Italo's looking over his shoulder. Jack gains ground, gets a couple of kicks in, and they're touching right there. I mean, Jack's on top of Italo. Italo gets a bit pissed, as you would.
This is Italo Ferreira.
Yeah, so Italo just going to work here, using that priority, which he fought hard for. So beautiful backhand surfing. Stabs it up into the lip another time. And wow, that was 3 well-executed maneuvers. And I just feel like he's just feeding off this.
Robinson with priority. They're going to split the peak again. Sticking with Robinson on the left. I mean, on the right, and throws it up there. Little hung up, but gets through that. Nose pick reverse. Listen to the crowd. They appreciate what they're seeing.
And then this is what Jack got done, Jesse.
Yeah, this is a nice way to start. Like when you commit that early into a wave, like going to an air, he got a bit hung up, but still great. And then another nice tail blow right there, reverse, but the wave just dissipates once again.
Split peak again. Left with Ferreira, right with Robinson. Robinson throws it away. Ferreira again. Goes complete. Italo. Just a ball of energy on the lefts. Looking loose, looking confident, looking really quick. How's the noise on the cobblestones, Flick? Our number 5 seed, Italo Ferreira, has now surfed his way into match number 3, an end of a great season for Jack Robinson. Let's take a look, Jesse, at our bracket and look at Italo's progress.
I mean, the next match is great because I think Griffin's actually going to be able to match the progression.
The countdown for the tower from Todd Klein sets up match number 3. Caroline was unbelievable in her road last year, upsetting world number 1, Carissa Moore. Now running after the left is Tati.
Yeah.
Frontside carve, super clean. Driving into the pocket again. Coming into the 5 seat, still swinging, almost falling off balance, but regains composure.
That was a really nice wave from Caroline to start, and then straight away Tatiana on her forehand. That was a nice clean wave, but as you said, Rosie, the wind is tough. It's good for aerials. Maybe Tati will go to the air on one of these waves, but yeah, just lost her footing a little bit. Split peak.
I love it. That's Tati arcing on the left. The backhand is the reigning world champ. Nice flow and a hammer from Caroline. Still some room as the left is setting up a nice closeout section for the Brazilian.
Yeah, I think Caroline, I mean, she's obviously feeling her backhand. She's so strong and fluid. That last turn was really beautiful. But she only got the 2 turns, and I kind of like that Tatiana went the left. You know, maybe that took a bit of attention off the judges. It wasn't all focused on Caroline, and here she is. That first turn was really strong. She got this second turn in, sort of slid her tail a little bit, and I think she got a really nice finish. Yeah, she slid her tail around there again.
She's been through these character building moments. She knows who she is. She knows how to win, and here she goes on her backhand, Joe.
Caroline Marks looking for a 7.14, tags the first section now with a lot of speed, jams it beautifully. Perfect transition, throwing some water off the rail. Nice swing off the lip line again. Resets as it's bending away. Now the lip showing up, she crushes it. Nice smooth wrapping cutback. And the reigning world champ will shut it down. Lighting up the lowers right.
You're listening to the other girl is just spraying water all over the place, and the beach is going crazy. You know, being a local hero, the crowd seems to be even louder, but it's okay. You know, Tatiana could look at that and be like, I'm just going to get fired up. I've still got time. I've got just under 5 minutes, but that's plenty of time to get another score. But that was a really strong wave from Caroline. She just went hard the whole way. Good battle, girls. That was awesome.
Caroline Marks, the #2 seed, has now moved on into the title match to compete for a second world title in a row. Great job to Tati. You saw her eliminate Molly Picklum, then eliminated Brisa Hennessy, and came up short just barely to Caroline Marks in an all goofy foot battle. That was the first we've ever had at the Lexus WSL Finals. And now it'll be best of 3. World #1 taking on world #2 to decide the world title. As we enter match #3, Griffin Colapinto, the local hero from San Clemente, taking on Brazil's Italo Ferreira. Italo lock into one of the better looking waves of the day. Big first turn to start. Big fan of water off that Patterson, jams it over the section again. Flowing into the wrapping cutback. It's going a little full, but he still has some energy. Throws the shove it to kick out. He'll look over and see Griffin already underway, releasing a beautiful arc. Clean rails again from Colapinto. And now running past Italo, tries to spray him in the face through this inside section. Flow state engaged from world #2. He wants a little more of that inside chip, and he'll let the crowd feel it.
Wow. You can feel the whole energy of this place just lifted.
Yeah, as you see right here, Griffin's wave, second wave of the set right there. The wall stretches a bit more because there's more water in the reef, and first turn was beautiful. And right here, once again, he's gonna extend that whole carve all the way through around. The wave starts to lose a little bit of energy, but that wave went forever. He took off on the point, and he almost finished right behind us. That's a good, 200 yards away, so he must be burned right now. As you see right there, all of that is taking energy out of him.
Nice roundhouse cutbacks. Let's take a look at Italo here. Wave stands up, quick snap on the backhand. Triple pump bottom turn, cracks the lip again. Coming from behind it, this will be a great vision here. You can actually see the fins out of the back of the wave. Now he gets to work on the inside, a series of cutbacks, just staying with the energy part of the wave. Quick shove it just to finish off.
These are the moments that these two dream about. And it's happening in real life. 55 seconds. Griffin has to watch Italo go. Big blast there, absolutely crushing that section. Jumps over the roof and lays down a carve. Ferreira putting together some healthy turns. He's already distracted to see what Griffin might be doing. Now back to focus on the inside track. Now pacing his way through the inside. And now looking to finish on his feet. Blowtail reverse. You'll now see Griffin Colapinto still swinging. On Colapinto's last chance to continue on his season. He'll wrap things up with one more turn on the inside, a controlled fin throw. Griffin's feeling it. He'll celebrate with Italo on the inside. What a show.
As here, he has to put a trigger. It's probably the best wave of the heat so far. Beautiful, critical first turn, bringing the board around. Nice floater down the line, and now he carves through the turn, which is nice to see from him. He's usually whipping more, so he gets that drive from the fins, but the wave kind of dissipates. And we see Griffin here up and riding.
Yeah, beautiful carve from Griffin. Big opening hack. Gets straight back up in there again. Roundhouse cutback, snaps off the lift. Gets the tail drift up and over that section. Italo claims on the inside, and then Griff gets to work. Series of wrapping turns. Just building increments of a score here. Both these waves had some incredible moments. The outside sections equally as strong. Well, Italo feels like he's got it already.
Throws down the score. It is not enough. Griffin Colapinto upset on his home break.
Two more. That's what he's saying. Two more.
Let's check out this bracket and catch our breath. What a battle that was. 14.47 to 14.33 in the decision.
Our defending world champ coming against the #1 seed, Katie Simmers. Couldn't be set any better, Flick.
Oh, I mean, what a matchup. Katie.
Just such a beautiful swoop. This is our first look at world #1 at the moment. Looks like she's got a little bit more length in her surfboards, and that rail line is fitting so well into these maneuvers. That was unbelievable.
And then back-to-back in Brazil.
That's right. I see replay right here, Rosie, of an 8.5.
Just right on that rail line, just every maneuver with a lot of intent. I do think that that equipment, that longer rail line, is really giving her emphasis on every turn. Deep bottom turn. Love the way that she's coming under that critical section. We talk about the goofy footers, how they're able to stay tight in the pocket. Katie is doing that by staying tight with that white water on her forehand.
Just beautiful in slow motion. This is the pressure moment here for the goofy foot. Beautiful first turn. Beautiful second turn. Putting this one together. Showing a little patience here, hoping for an oncoming section to close this thing out. Little rhythm section on the inside, stings it for the finish. Gators are out.
So she streaks down the line here, sees that this wave, this is a better one, it's stretched out. Better wave selection, straight up into the lip, holds that line, goes straight up into that second turn. I just compare those first two maneuvers to Katie's. Katie's was beautiful and seamless, a little bit more or out in the face, whereas Caroline, a little bit more critical.
Puts herself deep on the peak here. Long wall. Simmers finds a glassy one. Beautiful carve on the forehand. Right back up in the lip for a second carve. Cuts it short there, looking down the line. Lip glide. More projection down the line. And a snappy finish.
Just get ready, Caroline's up and riding.
And the train hoots for Caroline Marks as she takes off. There's the real hooter. And she is hanging it up there on the backhand numerous times.
Stop
Talk
it.
about an answer back.
Oh.
Talk about an exchange. Talk about some snappy backhand surfing. Caroline, relentless down the line. And that was an answer back just when she got put in the corner, Caroline Marks.
Are you kidding me?
8 seconds remaining to catch that wave.
That was amazing.
Here's her IC replay, starting with Katie Rosie.
So Katie takes off on this wave, and in her mind, she needs the 683. She goes to town on this wave. The only thing, she gets a little hiccup there in the middle, smashes it off the top. So this, in my mind, she's got that score. She's taken the lead from Caroline. She gets off this wave and right behind.
So she's surfing for a 683. Caroline knows I've got to go really big, and she does, right? Just straight up into the lip again. I feel like this is better surfing than what we've seen from Caroline on her previous wave. I feel like this score has to go bigger. And she maintained that intensity throughout this whole entire wave. She wasn't done yet. I mean, there was a lot of work done on the inside here. So waiting for these scores to drop, and wow, such exciting times.
Wow. She needs a 9.04. She's up on all 3 judges. She's going to get her number, and she's going to turn that match on the last wave. It's Caroline Marks up 1-0 against Katie Simmers in the title matches.
Last year she had a 17.10 and 17.40. That was 17.43 heat total.
Buckle your seatbelts, because we got another title match starting up right now. 2 former world champs, John Florence up against Italo Ferreira. Ferreira pops it up, full rotation, goes into layback, and pulls it out.
He looks at the right and see that it's a little bit more critical and just goes to straight a big boost.
Florence pops it up, gets it all the way around. Nice reverse for John on the outside. He's going to turn to the rails of the Red Tiger here with a couple of nice carves. Florence, speed line on the inside. Big layback hack showing some power. Make it 2 for John. Been waiting a while for this wave and rewards us with some great surfing, John Florence.
Yeah, as he identifies that wave kind of running down the line, starts off with a nice reverse right there. Very critical and putting all on the line on the first turn. See his front foot, brings it back down. Beautiful hack right there. And then right here, kind of just milks everything that the wave has, starts to wind it down what's ahead of him, and a big layback right here. Powerful through that turn. One more and it's going to finish off. Pushing as much as you could right there in that section. Yeah. That was great. I like how he was firm in that section right there. He was like, hey, I got this. It was a lot of pressure on top of him.
This is unbelievable, this air. Have a look at the footwork of John here. Right up on the nose, that front foot. It slips all the way back.
Here comes Italo using his priority. Ferreira looking for a ramp down the line, pops it up, full rotation, puts it down, and points to the fans. If you got a 7.33 for the last one, that's going to be a huge number.
I mean, I think so too. He had a little bit more time to actually get speed.
That was a perfect landing. Here goes John. Pops it up. Nose pick air reverse. Slashing turn to follow. One more slash, a little bit of a buried rail. Taper on this one. He's going to stick with it. Fairly similar to his 7.17. He needs an 8.16. And you can see even with the body language kicking out of that one, he can feel the number himself.
You can see it right here. It's a bit of an A-frame, but this is beautiful turn, but a bit catchy right there. Got the tail high. And then this one, he pushed hard, but as you see, he had to force through those turns the whole time. This is another great turn. But I don't know. I don't know if it's going to come in an 8.16.
I'm reluctant to give a score at this point. I'm just going to talk through what John did on this wave. It was great surfing.
Comes in, 8.33, John. Heat 1 of the title match is his. Early advantage.
John just muscled his way back into that heat, only riding 2 waves.
Katie versus Caroline. What a classic. Katie's just 18, has a chance to be the youngest world champion in history. Look at this battle, no priority yet, and rolling in to start, controlling it is Caroline Marks. First turn, nice and smooth. Drills it in the pocket out in front for a carve. Another fading cut back. Wall still just opening up for a series of little fading cutties. Finding the lip a little bit, nice form, and shuts it down. As we take a look from the start flick.
Yeah, so coming from behind the section, she goes up into lip, and again, from behind the section, that has been her go-to out here. It's her strength on her backhand too. This wave gets a little bit slower through this inside. You can see she's just doing the dance, just playing with it here, biding her time. The wave sort of starts to steepen up here on this inside. Another little crack here. She gets the finish.
Simmers on a fun, lowers right, punches the pocket quickly out in front for the wrapping turn. Now with some speed, she'll coast and lay that rail down and drill the rebound section. Big whip in the pocket, looking nice and loose. Slides out the fins on the wrap and does it again. Pops out the fins on demand.
I love this wave, this opening maneuver. You can tell that she just wants to get vicious with it, just absolutely dismantles that lip. And like we saw earlier, she wants to stay tight in that pocket. She does that first turn and then really gears up towards that section. Okay, one of the best roundhouse cutbacks I've seen all season. I mean, no two-stager right there, and that's just all technique, setting up for that fin throw. Man, I mean, are we variety, flow, power, speed? Definitely not burning off any speed to anticipate a section. Like, she's going at it as fast and as hard as she can.
More waves to come. Caroline looking for an answer. Nice chip to start in the pocket. She'll throw down the backhand float, nice and easy. Frames it in the pocket again. Throwing some water on the carve. Blasting it off the top as she'll chase down the pocket again. Quick whip through the white water, creates some space. And just hammering every single section, and finally slips off. Katie on the answer. Speed move off the top. She is flying into that section on the open face. Belts it in the pocket again. Throws a nice little wrapping cutback. Now the wall is opening up and just chips the finish and goes down.
Wow. Did Katie just drop back-to-back excellent scores?
Look at her. She's fired up. You can see the energy. The feeling is there. Sets up this first turn. Plus beautiful, seamless, float-like transition there. Carves into that second one. And then just, she's weightless, right? It looks effortless. It's beautiful surfing. And I mean, yeah, let's talk about those feelings. They're good ones. They're really good feelings, Joe.
To me, the degree of difficulty comes in where you're not burning speed to attack a section. She's just going at it like full throttle. Every maneuver's different.
It's going to come down to a title match number 3 to decide the world champion in 2024. Jesse, can we even question the energy of Italo? I mean, now he's going to be in a position where he's surfing in another matchup here. Matchup number 2, best out of 3 series, where he needs to win the next 2 if he wants his second world title. Already grabbing the start and taking control is Italo Ferreira. Throws down a big vertical. Nice, solid carve, perfect transition, belts it again, nice pace. Nice snap to slide over the coping, big whip vertically again. Really drilling all his targets. Now he's got a final fin ditch. He'll lose that wave, but it was only half a foot. Damage was done. We love you too, Katie, as we watch a big blast there, throwing the fins out. John Florence with his signature move. Driving into another big hack there. And now laying it down to shut it down. There's a lot of emotion coming out of the big man. take another look at John's explosive start.
Streaking down the line here, pressure on the front foot, jams that backhand into the wall, and that is that trademark layback hack that we've seen John Florence lean into so often. And it's a turn that he's got so many variations of. Does some great work down the line here. Here's that sort of swivel effect that he gets off the lip and flexing. You don't see John Florence do that too often, so you know that he's stoked with the result of this wave.
Great angle from the water here, Jesse.
I mean, what a great way to start out heat, and actually to answer from Italo's, and great first turn. That was massive.
World number 1, nice easy roll in. Lays down a nice clean wrapping cutback on the wind up. Big fin throw reverse. He's got a very comfortable pace and a happy energy to his surfing right now. Driving through another wrapping cutback. Throwing the fins out, creating more space. Lays into it again. What a show from Florence.
This was a no-brainer when he took off. Big carving hack into tail release. Beautiful turn here. Gets the full rotation. Feet back in position. Just a soft cut back. And then the wave goes again. John starts to wind up. Just maintaining that speed and power. And just these, these tight pivoting turns, but the actual pathway of the board just turning all the way around back into the foam. John maintaining the energy all the way through. Big opening moments of the wave, a little quiet in the middle, and then big finish as well. But just showing that degree of difficulty, those high-risk turns.
Italo, throw tail towards the beach, stomps it. Moving quickly for the wrapping cutback. Lays it down again. He wants another ramp to work with. Ends up just laying it back and burning his speed. Picks it back up for the climb.
Let's break down this wave. High-risk maneuver. The difference I see, Jesse, between the two is Italo sort of went out and onto the trough of the wave, whereas John was up and above the lip with those opening turns. Little stabbing layback. Nice climb, foam climb to finish.
John Florence, your 2024 world champion.
Oh my God, I'm like tearing up. This, I don't even know, like so much. This is hard. And yeah, it's just a tough year and just really fun and challenging. And this event is like, winning the world title at this event, there's so much pressure. And but I couldn't have done it without my family. Just like, I love you guys and my whole team, everyone there, my wife, my new son. I can't believe it.
The celebrations already starting downstairs. John Florence, now a 3-time world champion, getting cheered up. This is the last heat of the season. Winner take all. Katie Simmers, Caroline Marks. First wave. Looks like we won't have to worry about a restart. Wide open wall for Caitlin. Sweeping bottom turn form down on the roundo. Finding her pace again. Just easy little punch outs in the whitewater on those wraps. Putting a lot into that open face hook and just an easy, comfortable pace. Another clean wrapping cut back, just looking so casual. World number 1 steps off of the opener in title match number 3.
I love to see that Katie is just engaged. It was like a couple seconds off a restart. She takes this wave. She goes through the motions. I mean, these bigger waves sometimes at lows, they have that tendency to go a little bit flatter through that midsection. Also that first wave of the set. But nice to get a score on the board. Nice to see like where her head's at. She finishes on her feet. There's no like weird errors or anything.
Priority with Caroline Marks. Setting up her backhand. Connects well. Nice pace to roll out of the first turn. Just another setup turn. Little down carve, forcing her to stay a bit horizontal. Now a more aggressive attack. The wall opens up on the inside track. And now winding up for the finish. Good timing to execute. Some spicy turns at the end section. Caitlin already with an answer. Snapping through a chunky section, and Caitlin's body language looks like she's feeling it. What happened out the back from Caitlin Simmer's flick?
Oh, I mean, it looks like she's found her flow. She's got confidence from that first wave. It's evident to me. I mean, she gets the fins out here, and I think again on this last turn, yeah. To me, she's clicked into gear. She's clicked up one notch. You can tell body language, she's psyched. And this was Caroline, Rosie.
I think both of these women are going to go, you know, touch that excellent range. Like Caroline, just an extra little bit of oomph on that tail as she releases it there. Unfortunately, the wave gets a little bit slopey right here through the midsection. But Caroline just pedaled to the metal the whole way. I really, really love this finish from her. I was like wondering what she was going to get on this inside section.
We will close this one out with 5 seconds to go. Katie Simmers, your little weapon. She's taken the 2024 world title and now the youngest ever world champion.
It's official. You're the youngest world champ that we've had out here on the women's side. I think on the men's side too. I mean, this is amazing. You got to be feeling amazing. You are 2024 WSL champion.
Thanks. I like seriously don't. I have nothing to say. Just a little bit of, just got a little bit of juju.
Well, you ripped the heck out of the waves out here. I mean, you got to be proud of yourself. It's got to mean something.
It means so much. It like, I literally was like going through every single emotion today, and it just feels crazy. Honestly, like I can't believe it.
All right, let's hear it for you guys. Congratulations. You're 2024 WSL champion, Mrs. Simmers. Oh, what a moment.
Congratulations, Katie. Congratulations, John.
Stay tuned for the next episode of WSL Replay. Make sure to watch the championship tour live on WorldSurfLeague.com.